Hey, good morning. Andrew Texador with FOM Holdings and Investments, your strategic real estate investing partner. And I just wanted to cut this particular video isn't about investing in real estate really. This is for sellers out there in the market. And the reason I'm cutting this video is I just bought a home the other day at the auction and made a deal with the people that previously owned it, and they were under the impression that their bank, Chase, was going to offer them a loan modification. And so they didn't, obviously, and I worked with them, and they're going to stay in their house. But they were kind of bamboozled by me telling them that their house was probably going to go to auction in 2 hours on Friday morning, and then coming back later and saying that it actually did, and the bank telling them they were going to postpone the sale was obviously not true. So a couple reasons why modifications don't work. First of all, if you do a modification, in most cases the bank's not going to reduce your principal balance. Okay, and so if you owe $200,000 on a house that's worth $70,000, I don't think it's a good financial situation to go ahead and stretch your mortgage from 30 years to 40 years, even if they reduce your interest rate from, say, 6% to 2%, because you'll never, ever pay for that home. Now, I know a lot of people are payment buyers, and they're looking for a payment, and they want to make sure that they can put a house over their head, but in the long run, you're really going to get in big trouble. So I'm not trying to tell people to foreclose on their homes or walk away from their homes. I'm trying to tell them to be proactive about it. I want to be clear about that, okay? But you need to be proactive. If you're sitting around, the bank's going to make a move one way or the other, and they're not always going to make a move that's in your best interest. The other reason a modification doesn't work or won't work is the banks don't have a standard system, it seems, to figure out your loan modification. I've heard nightmare stories from sellers or people that used to own a home that say, you know, we called the bank, we wanted to do a modification, and they told us they wouldn't do a modification until we were late. So we stopped paying our mortgage. And then we stopped paying our mortgage, and we submitted an application for a modification, and 3 months went by, and they said, we don't qualify for a modification because we're late on our mortgage. So there's not, the people that are answering the phone at the bank, okay, the level 1 customer service person that's whispering in your ear and trying to tell you how to do the deal, that person isn't qualified to tell you how to do the deal. All right? So to the real issue here, really where you're going to get in trouble if you modify your home is after 12/31/2012, okay? After December 31st, 2012, the federal government's going to lift this Mortgage Debt Forgiveness Act, which currently, if you owned a home here, you paid $200,000 for it, it's worth $70,000. If you short sell it, you're going to get a 1099 for that forgiven debt for $130,000. Now, currently, if that was your primary residence, purchase money, you can go to a good accountant. They'll be able to offset that gain on the 1099 with the loss from your basis in the property of $200,000 to what it sold for at 70. So they'd wash away, and you'd have no tax consequences. Now, I am not a CPA, so I would encourage you to seek professional tax counseling, but it is correct. All right, and after 12/31/2012, now you understand this, the federal government did this. They bailed out the banks, so they gave the homeowners, okay, the American public, the opportunity to get bailed out as well. But after 12/31/2012, that's no longer going to be the case. So if you go ahead and modify your loan right now, and it went from a $1,400 payment to an $1,100 payment, and then in 2012 you realize this market still isn't coming back, or you lose your job and you still can't pay for that home, then you're going to get a 1099 for whatever it is at that point. Let's say $120,000, $130,000, $140,000. You will not be able to get out of it. You'll be liable for it. That is the big reason why a modification doesn't work. You'd be better off to cut your losses right now, get out of your home, and either reestablish your credit, lease a home somewhere, reestablish your credit, and then buy at market in 2 or 3 years when you can requalify for a home. Don't fall in love with your home. Don't chase bad money with good money. Okay, if you want to know more about how I can help you, you can look me up. Call me 602-909-9414. Andrew Buys, ArizonaHomes.com, and look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much for your time.